Hi, it's Taylor Pangman and welcome to the Tribe Life. For today's class, it is one of my favorite sequences. We're moving all over the mat today, so get ready to move. You might sweat a little bit. It's a little bit more of a workout feel than the past classes I've done, but that's fine. Get your heart rate going, nice and stretch. You warm up your body so that you can stretch deeper into those muscles. So again, one of my favorite sequences, so I hope you like it. And when you're ready, roll out your mat and we'll begin. For today's class, we're going to start in Tadasana, standing at the top of our mat. And just taking a few deep breaths here, closing your eyes for a minute. Setting your intention for practice today, taking a few deep breaths. Forgetting about what's happened already today and forgetting about that to-do list you have for the rest of the day. Just being here on your mat. And then slowly open your eyes. And we'll inhale, reaching our arms up. Exhale, forward fold. And just lay here over your legs loosely for a few breaths. Just kind of getting used to this forward fold. Your legs might be a little stiff, maybe you rock them out. You can grab opposite arms too, opposite elbows, coming into ragdoll, swaying from side to side. And just taking one more breath, and then releasing your arms down to the ground. Inhale, lifting halfway up. Exhale, planting your hands, stepping back into plank, and pushing back into downward facing dog. First downward dog, taking a few breaths to walk out your dog, stretching your calves, stretching into this pose. And on your next inhale, reaching that right leg up and back. Exhale, bringing it forward in between your hands, dropping that back foot down. Inhale, rising up into Warrior One. Taking a deep breath here. Inhale, releasing your hands down to the ground, pushing back into plank and back into downward facing dog for 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale, 1. Inhale, exhale, 2. Inhale, exhale, 3. Inhale, reaching that left leg up and back. Exhale, bring it forward in between your hands, dropping that back foot down. Inhale, rising up into Warrior One. Taking a deep breath. Inhale, reaching your arms up. Exhale, releasing them down to the ground, pushing back into plank and back into downward facing dog for 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale, 1. Inhale, exhale, 2. Inhale, exhale, 3. Inhale, lifting that right leg up and back. Exhale, bringing it forward in between your hands, dropping that back foot down. Inhale, rising up into Warrior One. Taking a deep breath here. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, opening up into Warrior Two. Inhale, reaching forward with that right hand, and exhale, leaning back into Reverse Warrior. And then releasing that arm, we'll come into side angle. So you can keep your right arm on your knee here, or you can reach it all the way down to the ground. And you stretch your arm up so it's a straight line from your back left foot through to the tip of that fingertip. And then you'll open up that chest. So again, you can have that arm down on the ground or up on the knee. Make sure not to sink into that. You want to still keep your chest lifted up off that knee. Taking one more breath. Inhale, lifting your arms up, coming into warrior two, and then up into warrior one. And then with that front right foot, wiggle it a little bit, toe heel it out a little bit more to the right side. And you'll release your arms behind you, grasping onto your wrists or holding onto your hands. Straighten your arms for a nice chest opener, a heart opener. Inhale, reaching that chest up. And exhale, forward fold inside that right leg. And you want to make sure your right hip isn't flying out. You want to keep it still intact, like more towards the left side. Taking one more breath. Releasing your hands down to the floor, pushing back into plank, and back into downward facing dog for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, lifting that left leg up and back. Exhale, bring it forward in between your hands, dropping that back foot down. Inhale, rising up into warrior one. Taking a deep breath here. Inhale, reaching your arms up. Exhale, opening up into warrior two. Inhale, reaching with that left hand forward. Exhale, dropping that back arm down into reverse warrior. Taking one more breath. And then releasing that left arm down either to the ground or to that shoulder, your left knee will come into side angle. So again, lifting that right arm up. So you want to have a straight line from the tips from your right ankle towards the fingertips on your right arm, and you're opening that chest up to the sky, twisting it up. Taking one more breath. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, coming into warrior two. Coming back up into warrior one. And again, shimming that left foot, toe heel, out a little bit more towards the left edge of your mat. Releasing your arms back behind your back. And you'll inhale, lifting the chest up, the heart up. And exhale, forward fold and inside that left leg. Taking one more breath. And releasing your hands back down to the ground. Pressing back into plank and back into downward dog for 3 breaths. And one more. Releasing your knees back down to the ground, pushing into child's pose. Staying here for a few breaths. Relaxing those muscles. Coming back up onto all fours. Pushing back into downward facing dog. This time you'll step your hands, or your feet closer to your hands. So you'll walk your feet into your hands, and we're gonna come into crow. So you wanna have your hands The way you come into crow is you have your hands placed firmly and spread out on the ground. And you'll lift your hips up, bringing your knees into your armpits, or on the higher end of your biceps, or the triceps on the outside. So bring your knees into your armpits, and you'll just kind of float or tilt forward. And then slowly lifting your toes off the ground. Try to stay here for 2 more breaths. And then slowly drifting your toes back down to the ground. And we'll come into yogi squat. So our feet are hips distance apart, or really wider, they're like mat distance apart. Planting your hips down. Coming into yogi squat. Taking 2 more breaths. Planting your hands, straightening your legs, forward fold. Bringing your knees or your feet together, bending your knees, we'll come up into chair. Bring your hands back into your heart center, and we'll twist over that left knee. So bringing that right elbow outside the left knee, keeping our butt nice and low, making sure our knees aren't rotating or shifting, and they're stuck together. And we'll inhale, lengthening that spine, and exhale, twisting open. Releasing that, coming back in the center, and twisting over to the right side. Holding this here for 3 breaths. Coming back into center and rising all the way up. And releasing the arms back down. Taking a deep breath here. We'll inhale, reaching our arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Take a few deep breaths here. We'll take our pointer finger and our middle finger and loop them in between, grabbing onto the big toe, in between the big toe and the second toe, holding onto our toes there. And when we inhale, we'll lengthen the spine out, and exhale, bending your arms, forward fold, leading with your chest, and folding over your legs. Again, making sure your shoulders are away from your ears. Taking 1 more breath. And releasing your toes. On your next inhale, straightening that spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into plank, and lowering all the way down to the ground. So planting our hands on the ground underneath our shoulders, zipping our legs up together so they're like one flipper, for lack of a better word. And we'll take a deep inhale, exhale, peeling up our spine, rolling up. You can lift your hands up off the mat, lifting, lifting, lifting. Exhale, releasing down to the ground with your right, flipping our right cheek down to the ground. Taking a few deep breaths here. Coming back to center. This time we'll bend our knees, grab the outside of our feet. Take an inhale. Exhale. Pressing our feet into our hands, and our hands pulling onto our feet. Lifting up, stretching that chest forward, lifting our feet up, and releasing that down to the ground. Putting our left cheek down on the ground. And taking a few deep breaths here. And then we'll flip over on our backs. Laying all the way down. Hugging our knees into our chest. Rolling around for a little massage. And then opening our arms up to a T. We'll drop our knees over to the left side, shifting our gaze over the right shoulder. And taking a few breaths here. Feeling that stretch on our back. Nice twist. Bringing our knees back into our chest and dropping them over to the right side. Shifting our gaze over to the left. Again, taking a nice few deep breaths. Bring our knees back in the center. And relaxing down into final Shavasana. Taking a deep inhale through our nose. Exhale out your mouth. You can stop the video now if you want to take your own amount of time in Shavasana, or just let it go, and after a few minutes I'll bring us back up to close our practice together. Otherwise, just take a few deep breaths. And with each exhale, feeling your body melting into your yoga mat. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Reaching your hands up over your head, stretching from your fingertips to the tips of your toes. Slowly roll over, keeping your eyes closed onto your right side. Taking a breath here. And when you're ready, keeping your eyes closed, pushing back up to a seated position. Taking a deep inhale. And exhale out your mouth. And I always love to close our practice thinking about something that we're grateful for. So think about something you're grateful for and holding it in your heart. Inhale, reaching our arms up. Exhale, bringing them into heart center. Thank you for practicing with me today. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.